Hello there, homeschool friends. This is Carrie with Any Day Blessings, and on this channel I share all things homeschool with you, from curriculum flip-throughs to day in the life, do a lesson video with us kind of things. I share scheduling our material and planning it out and planning our lessons and storing our curriculum and all the supplies. I try to share all of that here with you on the channel. So if you would like to stick around for that, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you know when I post new videos, and go ahead and hit the like so I know that this is the content you like to see. In this video, I'm going to be answering some questions that I get a lot. How far in advance do you plan for your homeschool journey? And by that they mean grade level. So how many grades or how many years ahead are you planning? And then two, how far in advance do you plan for the next year? So when am I starting to gather materials and resources for the next school year? So I'm going to talk about both of those things here, but before I do, I'm just going to remind you that I have some posts on the blog about this, not so much this general long-term approach, but just buying guides for when I buy material throughout the year. I try to schedule that around when the known sales are. Of course, there's always a surprise sale here or there, but traditionally most publishers follow the same sales cycle, and being that I've homeschooled for 6 years already, I kind of have learned those, and so I've put a master post together over on my blog listing out when the majority of the sales are for homeschool publishers. You can check that out there, and you can also check out my videos on when to buy my four favorite, I can't remember how many I did, my favorite curriculum that I purchase most often. I did videos on those specific publishers, and those I believe are in a playlist, but if not, just let me know and I can link them in the description for you if you can't find them. So those tips or those sales cycles are really what drive when I buy for the next year. But I'll just really quickly go over that, and then I'll talk about the more long-term approach. So for the next school year, I start planning pretty much when we start the current school year. So we just started in August 2020 for 4th grade and kindergarten. And right now, we are second week into school. I'm already planning, and I've actually already purchased things for 5th grade and 1st grade. And the reason for that is I like to slowly purchase my material to get the best price possible. I watch buy-sell trade groups. I, of course, watch those sales, and I like to purchase at the lowest point, or the lowest purchase point possible. And that's not always in spring or early summer when most people are buying their homeschool curricula. It's just not always the best time to buy. So I try to learn the best price of what I'm going to find in a sale, and then if I can beat that in a buy-sell trade group, I'll get it there. If it's not really that far off, then I'll just hold out for new. But I typically start doing that so that I have a whole year to get my stuff. I typically start doing that right when we start the current school year. I'm shopping for next school year. So if you see me get hauls in the fall or around Christmas time or New Year's, all those things are for the following school year, not for the existing school year, or the current school year, I should say. And that's just when it has made sense for me. I've saved hundreds of dollars doing that versus buying new in the summertime, and it's what works for us. I know that not everyone has the free cash to be able to do that throughout the year. Maybe you get your homeschool money at your income tax time and you just can't make any purchases until then, and I understand that. It's not to say that you're not able to save money by waiting then. It's just waiting until then. But I have found that for me, I'm able to save the most money by planning really for an entire year for the following year. That's what works for me. All right, so that's when I start planning for next school year, right when we start this school year. And then the second part of that question is long term. How many years in advance are you buying for, Carrie? How far ahead are you planning? Are you planning for middle school? Are you planning for high school? Well, I will say I used to plan multiple years ahead. I used to be thinking about 7th grade and kindergarten. Yes, I did. I don't do that anymore. And there's three main reasons why. Number one, you lose the moment. I don't remember much. I mean, I might choke up when I say this. I don't remember much of our kindergarten year because I was so focused on what I was going to do in future years with my son. I don't remember much of my son's kindergarten year, you guys, and that's very sad. I have pictures, I have his papers, but I just don't remember much of like those special moments, those special like things you actually want to remember as a mother. I don't remember them because I was so focused on getting all of this right, you know, for years to come. And I was always planning and looking ahead and being concerned with what was down the road instead of what was right in front of me. So that's the first reason I no longer do that. The second reason I no longer do that is because, oh boy, it is work. It is a lot of work. And a lot of that energy and that effort that went into that is really not coming to fruition. It's really not producing anything because a lot of the stuff that I planned to use for my son when he was in kindergarten for 4th grade, I'm not using it. I'm not using any of it. So I found that it was a ton of effort that didn't actually end up benefiting us by researching that many years ahead, okay? So the third reason that I no longer do that is because publishers produce new material all the time. I would buy ahead for a couple years at a time, and I'll never forget when I learned of master books, for example, when I learned that they had more than science and Bible. I thought that they were just a creationist apologetic company. I did not know they had a full core curriculum and all the library books that they have. I didn't know that. And so when I found out that they had all this other stuff, and I had bought like 2 years, 3 years ahead, I don't even know how many years ahead I was at that point, but I was several years ahead, I just was like heartbroken because I felt like I couldn't in good conscience spend the money for this new material because I already had stuff and I felt like I needed to use it. And it took me a year before I finally, went to my husband and said, you know what, honey, I did this. I bought this. I got a great deal. I didn't hardly spend any money, but I don't want to use it. It's not what I think is best. Can I sell this? I know I won't get back the full price, but can I sell this and can I get that? I want that. So I would just caution you, if you buy ahead, just know that publishers make new stuff all the time, new products, not just new versions of existing products, but brand new products. And a lot of times they're making them in response to homeschooler feedback. So those new things are actually a lot better for us as homeschoolers. They take into account a lot of our feedback and make them more user-friendly and put things in there that we ask. So those are the reasons I no longer do it. I will no longer purchase anything unless I see myself using it within the next 2 school years. So the current school year we're on and the following school year. So you could maybe say 1 year ahead, I guess. I mean, I don't know. If I can't see myself using it either this school year or next school year, I don't purchase it. And that's just a rule I've given myself because of those 3 reasons, because of those 3 lessons that I've learned, but also because, financially, I don't want a need that's pressing to come up now, or like an opportunity to come up now, like for a field trip or some sort of experience, and me to have spent all of that homeschool allotted money on things that we're not going to get the benefit of for 4 or 5 years, So, and who knows, in those buy-sell trade groups that I'm gathering stuff up, who knows if there's some other mama that could really use it this year and really benefit from getting it at a good price, and it's just going to sit on my shelf. So, just a lot of reasons I no longer do that. And I kind of have a framework in my mind of the subject areas that I want to hit in 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, but I no longer assign resources to those in my head. I just really discipline myself not to go beyond the next year because then I'm tempted to buy and shop, and I don't want to do that. So I do have a plan. I know in my head that I want to teach earth science next year, and then after that I want to teach physics and chemistry, and then after that I want to circle back around to biology, but I don't really go beyond those broad topic areas. I know next year I want to teach ancients. I want to spend maybe 2 years teaching ancients, and then, or not ancients, like ancients and like then Middle Ages and, maybe 2 years of world history. I want to start that next year and go into 6th grade, and then by the time I'm in 7th grade, I would like to do maybe some sort of a geography course. You know, those kinds of things I do. I do kind of keep in my head because that helps me know what to purchase for the upcoming year, right? If I kind of have a big picture in mind, but that's as planned as it is, you guys. Topics I want to cover in any given school year. I don't start purchasing or planning out material past the next school year. That's just what I do. So I hope that answers that question for you all. And I hope that maybe hearing some of my reasons of why I do it and don't do it might, give you a little confidence and reassurance if needed to start or stop doing those things because really the planning is fun, but it in no way compares to the moments that are in front of you. And if you miss those, ladies, it's really unfortunate. I've missed some here, and I'm determined not to miss any more. So stay in the moment. What am I going to say next? You know what I'm going to say next? Where's my bag? Here's my bag. Keep the main thing the main thing. Don't get too caught up in what they're doing next year in science or the year after. Just don't spend your mental energy there. We've got very little mental energy, at least I do, by the end of the day, or by the time we get through the homeschool week. Don't spend that time planning for 5 years down the road in homeschool. Just maybe plan a fun weekend activity with your family instead, something that goes along with what you've learned together. By the way, since I brought my bag over here, I want to remind you that I'm giving this away. If you missed that giveaway post, go find it. My back to school giveaway ends on Friday. I don't know when this video will go up, but I'll make sure it goes up before the giveaway ends. But my giveaway ends, this bag and a gift certificate is the prize. And if you're not sure where that video is, just leave me a comment and I'll try and tag you in that. I don't know how to tag on YouTube, so just look for back to school giveaway. Maybe I'll put the link to that video down below in the description so you can find it. But you have till Friday, August 24th, is it? No, 27th. What's the Friday? Today's the 25th, 6th, 7th, 8th, the 28th. I don't know what day it is. So today's Tuesday, so Friday would be the 28th. Yeah. Friday the 28th, the giveaway ends. So head over to that video. I will leave the link in the description below, and you can enter the giveaway to win this bag to help you keep the main thing this year. And with that, I'm going to wrap it up and end this video. I will catch you in the comments and see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.